A man could give himself eye strain doing his bedtime reading in the dark. Yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
So there's something to boat out with a thing.
Wakey! It's no use. Ye might say he's dead to the world. I recognize that book. In fact, I wrote it!
That's cool. Descent in the ranks by the cursed captain. I wanted a pirate lair.
Watch your step here. There's something unpleasant underfoot.
Are you done yet? I wanted a pirate lair and now I'm in charge of a whole pirate town. More ships and sailors keep smashing into the rocks, bringing new arrivals. It's what was the lighthouse keeper's fault for letting the flame go out so often. So I let the pirates stay just so long as they join me, ever growing through. I heard one ungrateful cur called this town a sailor's grave, but I say that's a fine name. Why should we return to the land of the living and risk losing me plunder?
Don't even think about quoting that lie.
The greedy first mate wants to move the whole haul into Dead Man's Grotto to keep it safe. But I'm not letting so much as a coin out of his head. So long as we remain, the treasure will be ours and ours alone. And if those scurvy dogs don't want their share, so be it. I'll take the whole thing. How do I not see this?
This is where me shipmate Bonesy liked to hide his homemade specials. Always used the finest ingredients. Stuff the rats had barely even nibbled. If you're hiding, it'd be a cruel joke to play on a man.
Okay, because we need to kill the captain now. Actually, no, because you also pointed me out earlier on. Actually.
That'd be Captain Bones for ye. Old Bonesy could never stomach his own recipes. Not much good at chess, neither. Now there's an idea. How about we show them how it's done? Stick me on old Bonesy's shoulders and I'll win the game for us. Hang it all. It's been so long I forgot about the house rules. We'll need to find something of special value, a trinket or similar, as a buy-in before we can play.
We haven't actually looked at it yet. I'm bringing it. No, probably. I'm quite off. I'll pick up this.
First me crew mutinies, now you're standing me here. Ah! Even the cockroaches have jumped ship.
Oh, that's a grand old frog in poor Ducky's throat. After so long down in the dirt, with not even an earth one for company. Oh, you're new. Have you come seeking misery and abject woe? If so, you've come to the right skelly. Poor Dougie's been robbed and left for undead by a bunch of mutineers. All because I had the nous to hide away a wee retirement fund. Well, next thing I know, poor Dougie's been stuffed in the soil and left to moulder. I've still got my key, but without the treasure map, it's no more than a monument to poor Dougie's despair. Some swabby or other will have taken it back to town, I shouldn't wonder. I'll happily share the spoils if you can find my treasure. But I won't hold out hope. There's precious little of it left in Sailor's grave, and that's the truth. Now, don't mind me. I'll get back to listing all the mistakes I've ever made in alphabetical order.
Oh god. But I'm pretty sure I saw the map with that thingy.
This used to be a fine establishment, filled with song and celebration. Even the roaches were happy. Ah, yes. Divide and conquer. Here's a riddle for you. What's holding a talking skull? And should have been at the lighthouse by now. Take your time. Going it alone, eh? I'll try not to take offense.
You only said about it being dark.
This is fine. No, really, I like it down here.
Any more? Oh, everything's just lit now.
You'd better have a good reason for leaving me behind. Don't leave me here too long. You'll be needing me help. Just once, I wish I could be dead on my feet. I hope me crew don't see me like this.
Crevens, that's Dougie's treasure, sure enough. Oh, what a glorious day. Let's see if my key still fits, and then we'll share what's inside.
Avast! I said avast! Can anyone hear me?
Chest game, actually. We needed some treasure stuff. It locks the door, doesn't it?
Bells and barnacles! Is that the best ye can do? Well then, me rook goes to Queen's Knight 3. And that, matey, check and mate. Which means the contents of the pot be mine. A fine, fancy key, and I'll be bound it leads to treasure. Sore loser. No matter. He never could play worth spit. Let's take this key and find the ship it owns. don't be thinking ye can take that key and leave me here to rot. Ye still need my help to make it out of this accursed town.
Yeah, well, I'll come back to you when I've found the treasure. Am I gonna get this? Yeah, this house. Oh, please.
I may not be the pirate I once was, but I can still put the fear into them what knows me. I know you can hear me, ye cowardly curs! Drop what you're doing and get this bridge in order. We've a ferry to catch! I suppose I should tell you the story. But when we sailed into the Sea of the Damned, it were a happy accident, for we were fleeing our enemies with a hold packed full of their plunder. By and by, me crew starts to grumble about returning to the living world. But I'd have sooner stayed with me loot for all eternity, rather than risk it out on the waves. This whole place brings back memories of the night I snuffed out the flame. Aye, and the lighthouse keeper too. Had to be sure the ferryman wouldn't come and part me from me loot. Now, I'm not what you'd call knowledgeable about contraptions and whatnot. If I can borrow a body, I might be able to help. See if you can't set me down on that headless heap of bones over there. Ah, new body at last. Not as handsome as me old one, but they say beggars can't be choosers. There! It's just like sailing a sloop. Ye never forget how. Now, let's see if we can't find some clue as to set this place ablaze once more. First, see if you can't light the brazier with that fancy flame of yours. Of course, lighting up the town is all well and good, but you'll need to point your flame out to sea if we're to call the ferry. Aye, that's the way. Though I think it looked better in the dark. Now, to get the ferryman's attention. So that's the answer. All those years spent in me cage, pondering how to open that gate, and ye break in like a bored burglar. Ah, let's get over there and see what plunder's to be had. There. The lighthouse is good as new, but the mists are clearing. Let me try and get a better view. I see sails on the horizon. Well, there she be. The Ferry of the Damned. Though you'll find no welcome passage on her decks. Those hooded fellers are what you might call in charge around here. And they won't suffer the living to board her. The only way ye'll sail aboard that ship is to stow away. I wonder if their little secrets still be stowed about here. The key to me cabin, after all these years. The keeper took it when he ratted me out to the others and they set upon me. Me ship'll be a sight for sore sockets, sure enough. But this moldy old body won't last 5 minutes out there, so I'll need ye to be my transport once again. At least till we reach me ship. Take me to me ship with the red sails, and I'll see ye safely aboard that ferry.
Oh, I can't read that anymore. strange, yet familiar, by the cursed captain. Just when I thought I was doomed to be bored out of me skull by this endless fog, I heard old Warty cry, "Land ho!" Though he didn't sound happy about it. There was land looming up ahead, sure enough, though.
What are you waiting for? Grab me skull, and we'll be on our way!
Sure enough, though, we'd be no time to change course before we were onto the rocks, good and scuppered. After exploring the grotto, we emerged to see yet more ruined ships, and a great lighthouse too. It's the hardest thing me crew swears it weren't there before. Well, we got her beacon burning bright, and I appointed one of me crew to the lighthouse keeper. So long as that light shines, we're sure to be rescued. Till then,
Pick me up and be quick about it! That thing won't be idle forever!
Until then, we've set the crew to making us some shelters out of these scuttled ships, and maybe even a tavern. Funny how this already feels like home. Okay, get your skull, mate. No need to be whimpering about it. I was just reading your journal. Don't know why you have so many journals thrown around the place. Okay, so before we actually go to the ferry, let's see what treasures this place has.
Red sails with crossed swords! That's on the fine love! Like this, was hidden away back here for all these years. With a nose for treasure that reminds me of, well, me.
Somewhere in the Caribbean by Captain Kate Capsize. Wow, what a great name. Today, with more than a little reluctance, I sold my beautiful glass-bottomed boat. I could hardly bear to let her go, but she's too small and too slow for the kind of lengthy sea journey I'll be embarking on. So it's bye-bye, boat. Have a pressing need for a galleon, something that will see me through thick and thin as I head out on a journey to find the man who framed me. Luckily, that same man once chartered my glass-bottomed boat and led me to the location of a particularly spectacular shipwreck. It's a shipwreck I intend to salvage, repair, and you should track down the dog who had me sent to jail in his stead. A dog named Guybrush Threepwood. Read A Fateful Pursuit by Kate Capsize. Did Guybrush Threepwood make it to the Sea of Thieves? I may never know for sure. I, on the other hand, never arrived. Also, I think I might be slightly dead. Peddler's monkey is a wreck once again. Already past find a way back to life, and then, well, let's see what the seas have in store. I've realised revenge isn't worth living, and certainly not dying for. Well, in fresh waters. My cape capsized. I have a ship, she has a name. I have a crew, we have our cause. The Sea of Thieves is a legendary pirate paradise, home to some of the most feared marauders that ever sailed the seas, or so the stories go. Naturally, only Threepwood could be arrogant enough to presume he has a place there, let alone treat it as a romantic getaway spot for his honeymoon. If he'd been sailing alone, I'm sure he'd be marooned by now, but while Elaine has seriously bad taste in husbands, she's a capable pirate. I have to assume that Threepwood somehow made it to the Sea of Thieves, and that means I must do the same. A headless monkey. Threepwood! A name I shall take great pleasure in etching into a gravestone with my own dagger before he did to my new ship's pride and joy. I'd quite forgotten that the witless, hopeless, clueless buffoon previously removed the head of the figurehead that gives the mad monkey its name. One day I shall take great pleasure in tying the selfish swindler to what remains of the figurehead and parading him around the port. But until then, making do, I have returned from the shipwright with a new nameplate for our ship. Together, my new crew and I shall sail on the Headless Monkey. That's a name that a certain Guybrush Threepwood pirate pretend and his job-ditching bride, Governor Elaine, would do well to remember. Last book. Raising the Mad Monkey. If I'm to locate Threepwood and teach him a very pointy lesson about having innocent people locked up so he can steal their beverages, I'll need help. I knew I'd need the help of the local authorities, but infuriatingly, Governor Marley turned out to have eloped with none other than Threepwood himself. Yuck. Fortunately, if there is one thing we're not lacking in this part of the world, it's bureaucrats. Governor Fat was already and willing to meet with me. I must confess that it turns my stomach to think of my pieces of eight going to feed that man's endless gluttony, but I'm willing to do what must be done. Besides, if what I hear about Threepwood's honeymoon destination is true, I'll soon have more than enough treasure in my hold.
There she be!
Okay.
This next bit needs a fine touch. Set me down atop that there skeleton.
Okay.
There's a secret nearby. I can smell it on the wind. Ha! There she be. Me golden hair. The fastest ship on the seas. By my reckoning, and no one ever dare tell me different. A piece of advice. Always have a secret way back to your own ship. To me cabin!
What's the sword? Looks nice. So, very good.
Captain on deck!
Sorry, Captain.
We just got carried away. We didn't mean nothing by it.
I said we never should have mutinied.
Good to have you back, Cap.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch him if I was you, mate.
Sure, I used to be taller than this. This key will let you through the side door of me cabin. For here is where we be parting ways. There's a rowboat over yonder that'll carry ye onto the ferry. Quiet as a church mouse. But I wonder, do ye really know what's waiting for ye below her decks? Not all treasure is silver and gold. Me crew are free, and me conscience is clear. But I've still plenty of thinking to do. Perhaps one day we'll meet again. Now take the key and be off with ye, before ye find yourself trapped here for good. made an old sea dog happy today. This key's the least I can do.
Okay, now we've got book Lights Out by the Cursed Cat. I bet this is going to be a horror film. Treachery abounds. First my own cabin boy makes off with a box full of cursed trinkets, and now me crew are plotting to betray me and save their own hides. Someone in these parts has been filling their head with tales of a ferryman, promising that one day he'll come to take their souls back to the living world. And when that day comes, surely they'll make off with my precious treasure. Though I'll not make it easy for any scurvy wretched.
Are ye still here? Ye've a rowboat to find.
Shut the fuck up! Shut up! If ships can't make it to town in the dark without scuttling themselves on rocks, it stands to reason there'll be no ferry to rescue them neither. It's settled then. Tonight I'll be indulging in a little treachery of my own. Then we'll see if Mr. Ferryman is still so keen to visit sailors' graves. Dude, he's dead. Ferryman, go.
What were ye stab? The treasure what cursed me may still be lying about.
I've already got a lot of treasure. I'm already cursed. I'm already cursed. Alright, so I'm guessing now is the part where we get on the ferry. But I'll leave that for part 2 now. So for now, I'm going to end this here. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. For part 3 tomorrow. Goodbye. And yeah. Goodbye.